A lot.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Good for you.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
Play some golf?
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, let me just get something dialed in here, and then I'll be good to go.
What's that?
All right.
I can tell. Looks great.
I probably brought a corn dog from you. That's still going on here. My wife's mom, mother-in-law is going to it. What time of year was it? Okay, no problem.
And I tried myself salad.
Hey, you gonna come sit in front of me?
Like inside.
You're gonna sit, okay.
Sit up in the
Good evening. Welcome to the Fergus Falls campus of Minnesota State Community and Technical College. My name is Carrie Brimhall, and I have the privilege of serving as the college president. As an M-State alum who attended this campus, I can tell you with 100% certainty that this place continues to transform lives. The academic year is coming to an end, faster and faster every time we look, so we find ourselves celebrating 4 of the things that make M-State Fergus Falls an incredible place to learn and to work. First, we celebrate our students. A couple of them are here tonight. Our students challenge us to innovate more, serve more broadly, and keep college affordable for everyone. They're gritty, they persevere, and then they inspire the heck out of us every single day. Second, we celebrate the people who change lives, our employees. The group of people in this room, teaching down the hall or online, serving our students, cleaning our facility, or completing processes to run the college operations are the heart of this place. We show up every single day to support our students and each other. Our work has purpose, and we have people continuing to choose to work here over anywhere else. Third, we celebrate our partners and our donors. Our work is only possible through your generous support. You see the value in what we do. You continue to show up when we ask you to. You support our efforts and our students, and you make dream achievement possible. We're so grateful for your partnership and pleased that you can be with us today. Finally, we celebrate the impact of M-State as an integral part of the fabric of this community. Tonight, we have the privilege of hearing from one of our community's greatest leaders, who inspires us to do better, be better, and love our neighbors unconditionally. We're proud to be a part of this community and a witness to incredible people like Gary Spies, who laid the foundation for an even stronger future. Nights like tonight, we are energized and inspired to work through all of the challenges in education so that we can continue to come here with a hop in our step and do it all again, over again tomorrow. Please help me welcome to the stage Mackenzie Berry. In 2015, Mackenzie began her career as a financial advisor with Edward Jones Investments in Battle Lake. She holds her master's degree in accounting and finance from MSUM and recently passed her certified financial planner exam to better serve her current and future clients. Mackenzie is involved in a number of different organizations and is currently serving as the president of the Fergus Area College Foundation. Mackenzie.
Thank you, Dr. Brimhall. Hello, everyone. I am Mackenzie Berry, the president of the Fergus Area College Foundation. On behalf of the foundation, we appreciate you all for being here tonight. I want to give a special thank you to Service Food for donating the snacks that we have. Before I have the privilege to introduce our guest speaker, I want to highlight some of the accomplishments the foundation has achieved and acknowledge the impact it has on our students, the college, and the community. Over the last year, the foundation has awarded over $264,000 to 145 students, which is an average of $1,825 per student. For this next school year, we have budgeted over $370,000 for student scholarships. As we continue to work with the college on retaining and recruiting students, we have a new tiered scholarship program based on the student's GPA and no application is necessary. We will be soon sending award letters to over 120 students and awarding over $131,000 of our budget. Our scholarships make a huge impact on our students by making their college experience accessible and affordable. Our scholarships create brand awareness and connect students with businesses in our community. In addition to the scholarships, our foundation has helped fund several different projects to help retain and recruit students. We helped fund an athletic device to speed up the recovery of lower leg injuries and help improve the training and safety of our athletes. We helped fund a group of fine arts students to visit and tour art museums and attend professional music theater production in the Twin Cities area, which creates memorable and educational opportunities for those students. We helped fund a new student lounge space to invite current and future students to have a safe, comfortable gathering area to bring back a more vibrant college experience. As college experiences needs are changing, we continue to do our best to meet those needs of the students. This fall, our alumni committee is working on a 20 Acts of Kindness project celebrating the college's 20-year anniversary. This project will focus on volunteer opportunities for students by helping the community with a variety of projects. If anyone is looking for volunteers or has projects they want to help completing this fall, please reach out to the foundation office. Lastly, I want to acknowledge our outgoing and incoming board members. A special thank you to Steve Brimhall as he completes his third term with the Fergus Area College Foundation. On behalf of the foundation board, we're truly grateful for your insights, ideas, dedication, and advocacy. The impact that you have and will continue to make on the students, college, and this community does not go unnoticed. We also want to congratulate and welcome to our board Kent Matson, CEO of Lake Region Healthcare, and Paul Lundeen with Victor Lundeen Company. We are grateful and excited to have Kent and Paul join our board and bring their unique talents, expertise, and perspectives to work of this organization to continue to make an impact in years to come. And finally, what we've all been waiting for. I have the honor to introduce our guest speaker, Gary Spies. From the story we recently had written about Gary, I can see he's a special kind of guy. As a longtime owner of Service Food, Gary has generously given his time and support to an array of community organizations, causes, and residents over the past 50+ years. Surely one of the community's biggest cheerleaders, he calls Fergus Falls a wonderful place to live and raise kids. Gary, who will soon be 81, plans to talk about making the world a better place, as well as something he's becoming more familiar with, growing old. Spies is still active in the community. He has handed over management of Service Food, but still goes almost every day to the store. The nearly 120 employees there and at the market, owned by his daughter Amy, are the most wonderful employees in the world, he says. I consider them all to be friends. He's thankful too for all the individuals and organizations that work both behind the scenes and in the public eye to benefit Fergus Falls. They do it because it's the right thing to do, he says. All of us, we need to try and make the world a better place. Please help me welcome to the stage, Gary Spies.
The aging process is something. I'll get more into that in a little while as such, but the main thing, and she brought it up a little bit, that I think we need to talk about is the world we're living in. And the world that we're living in, I think is pretty good because it's Fergus Falls and it's Otter Tail County. But the world in general is a great big mess. And you've all come tonight to listen to me speak. But what I want you to do is turn your minds on. Because we, absolutely together, need to help make the world better. And we can make Fergus Falls better also. Fergus Falls and Otter Tail County is pretty good. But the world does not. And it's got to be. And the reason it really needs to be is not necessarily for us. I might be close to the oldest person here, I don't know. But the ones that I worry about the most are my grandchildren, to tell you the truth. And I have 7 grandchildren, and I've got some great-grandchildren, and so on and so forth. And the world that I'm giving to them is not as good, I don't think, as the world that was given to me by my parents and such. And I feel bad about that. And I'm trying hard to make the world better. But you all came to listen to me tonight. And I ask every one of you, please, work together to make the area that we live in better in the world. We have to do it. And if we don't all try and don't work hard, and I'm not talking about money either. I'm talking about time and talent, okay? We need to give our time and we need to work together better. Our community is really very, very good. We've got some rocks in the community. You're in one of the rocks. One of the rocks of Fergus Falls is this college and the employees and the people that live here. Another rock, in my opinion, in Fergus Falls is the medical community. I'm laughing because I'm going to talk about the medical community in a couple of minutes here. We've got an excellent hospital. We've got a wonderful cancer center. We've got a good clinic. We've got good doctors. We've got good nurses. We've got good employees. That's a rock, okay? And the college is a rock. And the other rock that I think that we have is Otter Tail Power. And Otter Tail Power is a rock because it does, provides us electricity, but it also has tremendous employees that go out and do a lot for Fergus Falls. Now, there are many, many other organizations that I'm not mentioning or thinking about and that. One of the things as you age, there's a physical aspect and there's a mental aspect. And so I honestly, I'm saying these words, but I absolutely want everybody in this room to try as hard as they possibly can to make the world better and get other people involved with you. Get your children involved with you. We've got to do it. And let's start with Fergus Falls in Otterdale County, state of Minnesota, and see it expand. I think of this crazy guy Putin, the Russian guy who's bombing hospitals and bombing kids and so on and so forth, and I think, why in the world did the good Lord ever make somebody like that? And someday, hopefully, I'll get to talk to the good Lord about that. I hope not for quite a while yet. We'll have to see how that goes. So anyway, that's enough on that. But tonight, get your minds thinking that way, and we've all got to try it. And honest to God, if I can help you with any piece of it, you tell me and I'll help you. And together, and together is a big word, but we all need to work very, very hard to get that done. Next thing I'm going to talk a little bit about is the aging process. And I was born in Fergus Falls in 1942. My mom was born in Underwood. My dad was born in Elizabeth. I can honestly tell you, I don't know how they met. I know they did, but I don't. They were as different as night and day. My dad was a really, really nice man that everybody loved. My mother was tougher. They loved her. I loved her dearly. She was a numbers person as such, and she was very, very good at that. They were excellent parents, and I had a wonderful childhood. I had a sister and a brother. My brother lives in Fergus, actually on Otterdale Lake in the summertime, and he goes to and lives in Sun City West in the wintertime. And my wife and I went a few weeks ago to visit my brother and his wife in Sun City, Arizona. The best thing that happened, honestly, on that entire trip was on the way home. She said, I don't care if I ever go back there. 6 million people live in that area there, and they might have nice weather and so on and so forth, but they all drive cars, they're all critical drivers, they're all older in places. Signal lights mean nothing. Take your life in your hands. And so if you want to visit a nice warm place in the winter, go there, but make sure you have tickets to get home again. So anyway, as I grew up in Fergus Falls, I honestly had a good childhood. My mom and dad were good. I went to Lincoln School. That was the first one as such. And the teachers there were wonderful, and so I went. I'm laughing now again at myself because I haven't really written this. I don't know if you can see the word. This is what I get used when I run out of stuff to say. Anyway, I was talking about the school system and such, and probably the greatest disappointment I was to my mother is I did not go to college. And she wanted me to go to college. And I actually liked the grocery store, and I liked the grocery business. I started in the meat department, and eventually worked through all the different areas. The service food was actually kind of where City Cafe is now. I think it's, well, where City Cafe used to be. And the thing that was kind of interesting there is it wasn't very big, the store, but we had a lot of stuff down the basement. We had a conveyor belt where the groceries would be unloaded and they'd go down the conveyor belt. I'd actually go down there and work. And the basement is such. And every once in a while you'd hear, what in the world was that noise? And it took me months to figure out what it was. There was a pool hall next to it. And they want to be racked up and keep their things on the ground. They like to leave, but they just want their balls racked up and stuff. So anyway, kind of interesting. And in life, I think we need food. We need two things. We need food and we need shelter. And thank my God, my dad was in one of the businesses that we absolutely all have food. And so it's been a wonderful business. I like Burgers Balls. I like the grocery business. I might be a nuisance. I tend, when my health was good, to go there every day. And we've got 100 plus wonderful employees. I love every one of them, but I think I'm kind of a nuisance when I go shopping. I actually, when I get up in the morning on the counter, there's a honey-do list. And so I need to take the list and go shopping or get gas in the car or wash the car, whatever the case may be. But it's kind of like that. And so anyway, let's talk a little bit about the aging stuff. You know, there's a physical aspect and there's a mental aspect. And the physical aspect, I think when you're young, is the part that's probably the most important. And you want to play sports and you want to run and you want to do this and so on and so forth. I was a decent athlete, but I wasn't great. And I participated in some things, but I really wasn't that good. And I was a decent student, but I wasn't great there either as such. And like I said, I was disappointed in my mother because she wanted me to go get smarter in college. But the physical aspect, as I've aged, I'm not as strong as I used to be, and I sit too much, to tell you the truth. I don't walk enough, and you'd think I'd have the brains to walk more as such, and I can honestly tell you that the one thing that this tonight is going to do for me is I guarantee you I'm going to walk more. And each and every one of you can hold me to that. And I hope that you do. Because I honestly need to do that as such. And I've got a nice chair in kind of the living room next to the kitchen, and it's got TV. And the first thing we do at our house in the morning is turn the TV on, which I think is stupid. We do it every day. And we virtually have TVs in every room. You can't escape them and so on and so forth. That's one bad thing. I've got another bad thing in my pocket here that I'll show you. It's this. I can remember 3831. That was the phone number for our house in town. 557 was the phone number of service food in here, service food. And this stupid thing, I actually have 1,700 phone numbers. And I wish I didn't, because they can all call me, and I have sense enough now to turn the darn thing off. So Nobody has called me. By the way, it's now 52 degrees in Ferguson. It was 59 today, and the sun is going to set at 8:07. And there's a thing that says hydrologic outlook on here. I didn't even know what that meant, so I pushed the darn thing here a few days ago. And what it does is it tells me the moisture that's going to be in all the different areas around here. So if you want to know, go to hydrologic outlook. I look at this crazy thing every day, and tomorrow it's supposed to be 67. And 54, 39, 42, 52, so on and so forth. And these stupid things kind of control us a little bit, and so I think almost everybody has at least one. Why in the world would we need more than one? But I don't think I do. I'd have to ask my wife. She would. But anyway, this is part of it. And then also, at our house, we have laptops, computers, and that crazy thing. I didn't say this, but I go probably at least once in a hour to look at that darn thing. It tells me what it's going to tell me either to do or what's going on or whatever the case may be. So, it has nothing to do with the physical aspect. It's got to do kind of with the mental thing. And when I get to the mental part of the aging process as such, I'm absolutely disappointed, and I'm amazed at how I've gotten older. But a lady sent me a thing the other day because I had complained to her about something with my brain, and she said, your brain, Gary, is aging faster than the rest of you is concerned. And so you're not keeping up with what's going on mentally in your brain and such. And I can tell you, I don't know how many people are here, but I'll bet you a dime to a dollar that there was a point in time when I almost could name the name of every one of you as such. I can't do it anymore. I can't, but Easter, we had 40-some people to our house for Easter. And they were all family. I can't remember which kid belongs to which man. I can't remember which man is married to which woman. It's just nuts. What the good Lord did to me is my wife's memory is much better than mine. And she can tell me who is or who belongs to who or whatever the case may be. But honestly, it's kind of a bugger that this mental part of the world that we're all living in as such. Now, I'm stupid, and that I don't actually go talk to the medical people who probably could help me in some way. Because now I'm going to talk about pills. You could maybe give me a pill that would fix my brain so I could think a little bit better as such. I take 9 pills a day, and I can tell you one of them is a vitamin D3. I can tell you one is an aspirin because it makes my blood thinner. And I had some strokes, and my veins don't go up right through the carotid artery get up to my brain, and so I got to make it thinner so it will go through there better, get up into that darn brain through somewhere. But it's the world that I take those pills religiously every day. I have to have food first, so I have to eat something. And then when I'm done with that, then some of them water is not good for it, so I got to have orange juice. So I get orange juice. I have to make that because we get the frozen can and put it in and make the orange juice and stuff. So I eat something, then take those crazy pills, and drink the orange juice, and hopefully I'm good for the day. So, so So as far as the mental aspect, all of you are aging, okay? And I would tell you, take care of your brain, and also use the medical people that can help you keep it not age as fast and so on and so forth. And so I think that it's important because, first of all, we want to help the world. We've got to keep healthy to help the world and so on and so forth. But also it's important to us to make the world a better place and stuff. Now what I'm going to do is look and see what I forgot to tell you. We got to work together to make the world better. Well, we need the time is more important than money. I hope I said that because it is. We need to don't worry about the crazy checkbook and helping people. Help people with effort, and I think that's more important. What the good Lord did for me today is He gave me some mail, and where we live, we don't necessarily get the mail every day, I got a thing that I signed up for a long time ago that tells me what mail I'm getting every noon. It's a picture of it, and I can go on the computer and see what I'm supposed to get. But if it doesn't count, of course, I don't get it. It just builds up and stuff. But what the good Lord did today is give me a pile of mail that I didn't expect. Okay, I had 12 requests in there for money. Okay, and what I did a number of years ago, because I made a mistake, there was a young man that climbed Mount Everest. Okay, and I knew him. He was actually a nephew, and he had a Sherpa that helped him get to the top, and so on and so forth. And he told me that Sherpa was the nicest guy in the world and helped him tremendously, and so on and so forth. And he actually didn't think that he would live if that Sherpa hadn't helped him. And but the Sherpa was penniless, and so on and so forth. So he asked me if I would donate some money to him to give to the Sherpa, and I did that. Okay. I don't know what happens when you give money to something, but that Sherpa must have given it to some organization that passes on names of people that give donations. I get letters from all over the world of people that are asking for funds. In the mail today, there was one man that lives in New York, and what he wants to do is fix the basement in the building because they want to build a tower. And he wants the tower to come because that will help him. So he had written me a letter why I should give him money to help with this crazy basement where they're going to build this tower and so on. And I'm not going to go through all of them. I actually thought about writing them. And actually I tore them all up and I threw them in the garbage. I don't need to go through the whole list. Yeah. But there was 12 requests for dollars and cents there as such. And I forget where they were. Anyway, tore them up and throw them away, which I think is the right thing to do. I think you guys should too. But we need to help each other, but not necessarily with the dollar part of it. Let's see. I've got the world's worst handwriting. Anyway, I'm going to summarize here and then I'm going to stop. Okay? I think I told you first that we got to make the world better. And hopefully each and every one of you will do that. And super little talk and such, and so use that part and so on and so forth. And then, honestly, if your brain is going wacko like mine is such, please get help. Don't be stupid like I am. I am actually going to go see a medical guy, get him to help me and so on and so forth. And so then, when I'm going to end now, and I'm going to end with this thing. I thought to myself, you know, in my life, what is the most fortunate thing that happened to me? He's sitting right there. That lady in high school, okay, her father was a welder, and maybe the nicest man that ever lived as such. And he and I became good friends and so on and so forth. And he had a daughter, Sharon. This is horrible, and I honestly tried to remember this, and I didn't dare ask her. I don't remember how we met, or when I asked her out the first time, or whatever the case may be. But anyway, I did, and we've been happily married for 61 years. For 61 years.
That's right.
I should tell you one more stupid thing that I did, because I'm going to go forget that cane in a minute, and I'm going to sit down. We live on Wright Lake. We lived there because my father-in-law's wisdom. He came to me one day and he said they're opening an area outside of Ferguson. It's on a lake, and I called your uncle over. He's a carpenter, and I called your best friend. He's Bob Cars. He's an electrician, and I'm a plumber and a well driller as such. And I think you should buy a lot and we'll build your house. So we bought a lot, and they built the house for us. The house actually cost $121.80 a month for 25 years. We still live there, and we'll live there forever, I think, as such. Well, yesterday, I thought, you know, there's too much snow on the front deck, okay? And also, the ice back by the air conditioners is too thick, and we've got to get that out where the sun can shine and it can melt and stuff and so on and so forth. So I went and got a shovel, and I shoveled the snow off the deck as such and so on and so forth. And then I had to go sit down for a while, and I finally recovered from that. So then I got a chopper like this, and I chopped all this crazy ice, and I pushed the stuff out where the sun was going to shine, and so it all melted last night, by the way. But anyway, I chopped that crazy ice, and then I went in and I sat down on the chair, and I wasn't feeling very good. And so I thought, you know, maybe I goofed. Okay. So I've had some strokes before, and kind of felt like, you know, this isn't going so good. So I told my wife, I said, you better take me to the emergency room. So she took me to the emergency room, and at Lake Region Healthcare. Well, after an MRI and a whole bunch of tests, they decided that in essence, I was not going to have a stroke, but I screwed myself up. And, I fell down more than once at the hospital. Once I dragged 2 nurses down with me. But anyway, I'm this person that has some wisdom that just talked to you for a few minutes and such, and I'm also an idiot. I'm going to use that again when I get down these steps, and I'm done. So thank you very much. questions if anybody had any questions. I honestly will try.
And I do have a mic here, but I'd like to start, if you don't mind. I'm Lori Larson. I'm the Executive Director for the Fergus Area College Foundation, so thank you very much for coming tonight. But my question to you is, you talked about how we are make the world a better place. I'm curious how you really started, and you don't have to go into detail of everybody you've helped, but how you got into that mentality of, you've just been so, and I'm not even talking about money, I'm talking about everything. You are just a kind-hearted, generous, you match people up with who they need to be matched up with, you give money, you do, I mean, there's so much you do. How did you start that? What was that process?
Good Lord made me the most blessed man alive, okay, and He did it for me. And I've been so fortunate that I give an example. Charlie Nelson is here. Charlie Nelson's actually my godchild. And Charlie's from Perm. His dad's name is Kenny Nelson. Kenny graduated from Notre Dame in 1963 and went back to Perm and said to his dad, Tuffy, I want to live here the rest of my life. And his dad said, I want you to. I've got a feed mill, and we're going to start making dog food, and we're going to put it in a red bag. Its name's going to be Tuffy's, and we're going to sell dog food, okay? And they did, and Kenny came to Fergus Falls to sell us dog food, and my dad said, no, we don't need another damn kind of dog food. Kenny came to me and said, do you think that you could figure out a way to get around your dad? And so we did. And we became good friends. Today, the #1 licorice in the world is Willie Wallaby licorice, and it's made in Rome, Minnesota. And so that was the way I met Kenny, and we became friends and did some things over the years. And honestly, I think it's a good Lord more than anything else would shove me in away. And over the years, I've tried to help people, but it goes both ways. And they help back again and such. And honestly, that's all of you. If you go out and help people, and you do now, but keep doing it and doing it more, because that's what's going to fix the crazy world. We're all going to help each other, and we'll make the world better.
So Gary, I know that over the years, some of your employees that you've hired may have been considered to be unemployable, and yet I think you would employ them and you would characterize them, I know you have, as some of your best employees. Do you want to speak about that?
Well, I tell you, the people that work for us, okay, they have a job, and we pay them for their job and so on and so forth. But we honestly try and help them do the job well. But we also help them with their lives as such. And I'll give you an example of a guy that lived north of Fergus a little ways and stuff. And he came in, he was a good employee, and we pay him decently. He's got a bunch of kids and so on and so forth. His well went out, okay? And he needed to do well, and he couldn't afford to do well as such. So we paid for a well for him. And I'm saying we got to help with time and effort and so on and so forth. But there's some times when you have to take the checkbook out and you actually have to help in that sense too as such. And so I consider that the 100+ people that we have work for us, I consider every one of them a friend, okay? And some of them, it doesn't go both ways today. That's okay. That's not important to me. important to me that I need to do for them what I believe is the right way, not necessarily what comes the other way. That makes sense? Okay.
I know you're all itching. Come on. No. Oh.
Knowing you, Gary, what was your reaction when they asked you to speak at this event? And how many times did they have to ask?
Well, now we're going to go to this memory thing. Because I don't, did you ask me?
Well, we've had a couple talk to you, so.
Okay. I didn't know exactly what it was, but I agreed to speak or say something. I think if I remember right. I can honestly tell every one of you guys that you know, we had the crazy weather here a week ago. It was supposed to be, and we had to cancel and so on and so forth. I have agonized over getting up here and doing this. And so last week I had so then they changed the date, and they said that was okay. I thought it was going to be a lot farther out. It wasn't, and it's so got to be this. I get up about 6 to 7 in the morning and such, and I go to bed about 10 o'clock at night. And I can honestly tell you that there's been many mornings at 4 or 5 o'clock when I've thought about this. And agonized. I had no idea how many people were going to be here. And when I was sitting there and you were all coming in, I didn't see how many it was. And then when I had to walk up here and see, I thought, oh God. Faces, I recognized lots and lots of faces. But honestly, if I had to take and name the people and the faces, I couldn't do it. And it would embarrass me and stuff to tell you the truth. But anyway, I love you all, and I'll do anything I can to help you all with such. So let's just stop. Okay?
Well, Gary, on behalf of everyone in the room, I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all that you've shared this evening, how many times you made me laugh, and all that you've done to lead this community with heart and purpose. You're an inspiration to all of us, and a gift to those of us who are able to watch you lead and love in this community. Tonight, as you listened, and I didn't know what Gary was going to say, so this was not planned, I hope you all took time to reflect a bit on the people who have been transformational in your life. We can all spend more time recognizing people who make a difference. In fact, tonight, I would challenge you all to take a couple minutes to use that darn cell phone that Gary has and we all have to send a message to someone tonight. I've been in places where they've done this and heard stories about how much people needed to hear from someone in that moment. So whoever comes to mind first, take a moment to send them a text, tell them what they mean to you, tell them the impact that they had on your life. And I think that's a way that we can honor Gary, start to make a tiny difference in someone's life. I believe too, like Gary said, that we can all change lives. We can honor Gary and the message that he shared tonight, and more importantly, the work that he's done every single day in this community. By doing that, we can believe in someone who isn't quite believing in themselves right now, and we can make the day better for someone who just needs a break. This community and this college is a very special place. I appreciate you being here tonight. Hope you do stick around and enjoy enjoyed each other's company. Thank you for all you do to make Fergus Falls and this region an incredible place to be, and certainly your support of the college. Have a wonderful evening and drive safe.